It's time to seriously ask the question, is Nick Fuentes the Rosa Parks of the 21st century?
That's good. That's really...
Infowars.com.
Play the it's Nintendo Wii theme, but instead of every do, it's the footage of Will Smith slapping Chris Rock.
Yeah, I'm definitely doing that then for this month.
Yeah, go
you
for
eat
it.
your sandwiches. You two eat your little sandwiches while I introduce the podcast, yeah. So
before we begin, do you miss, like, Tesco sarnies? Do you miss the, like, familiar triangles with, like, sausage and bacon
Absolutely
and
not.
stuff? You don't? What?
Because in Japan they have these egg salad sandwiches which are the pinnacle of egg salad sandwich. And it's fucking amazing.
Human
They taste
cuisine
so
has
good,
reached
like,
its
they're so creamy
peak.
and delicious.
Do they cut off the crust? Do they cut off all the crust?
They're like baby sandwiches.
Oh.
What happens to all the crust?
There's like
Even if you feed the crusts to pigs.
I was gonna say there must
Like
be like a
pigs
big
taste
big
actually.
mound of crust in Japan somewhere where they like hide it from public view. And every time they make a sandwich, just throw the crust into the pile. Secret government project.
But yeah,
Right.
we're back in the current year. Last year we went back into middle-aged Islam.
Watching 43 or something.
So we're back in 2022, looking back on 2021's memes of April, the last week of April. So let's take a look.
What
So
have we
babysitter
got?
killed a 1-year-old boy with wrestling moves after becoming angry over a torn pillow.
No.
Why is that
that
guy babysitting?
And secondly, do you think his favourite Tekken character is King?
we was king.
I would wreck people with King. Like, no joke, because he's got these like chain throws where he like throws you but then keeps grab of you and then throws you again, and before you know you're being like powerbombed into the ground for like all your life. If you don't know how to escape grapples, you are going to have a really bad time against King.
This baby didn't know how to escape grapples.
Oh, so bad.
So this is the percent of New York Times articles mentioning who is white between 1960 and
that.
2021.
You got to send me this one. That is perfect.
It's so crazy, like, because like that's literally when we were all at uni, and like I felt, oh, is it just because this is what happens at uni? But it's like, no, we were actually there when everything sort of started accelerating.
Yeah, but we're all on
Yeah.
campus now, as they say.
Well, I haven't actually left. I only left a campus for a couple of years, and then I was right back in it. Although there's none of that nonsense.
Hopefully STEM sort of resists it a tiny bit, even though it
Oh,
hasn't.
mate, it's not. It's not going to resist it. It absolutely will not resist.
There's a book from like 1992 called Higher Superstition that's talking about STEM getting all this stuff leaking in from psychology and all the weird like made up shit. And how they kind of predict it basically. It's a really boring book, but they kind of just sort of like lay out what actually happens, and it's like, oh fuck, okay, well if STEM falls, we're all fucked, aren't we?
The research itself is fine.
Yeah,
It's the HR departments that are, attached to these research groups and stuff. They're the ones that are, like, every week I get like an email saying like, oh, go to this diversity training and stuff. And it's like, why?
He sends them to me. So the DEI is going to kill STEM.
Anyway, the laws of thermodynamics don't apply to complex systems like human bodies, but okay. As if Fat's posting L's.
Fat's posting L's. F's posting L's.
It's so annoying that like you get into these arguments with people on Twitter where you point out that, you point out this fact that, calories in does equal calories out, and they go, well, no, what about this, and this? Like, well, yeah, but it's more complex, obviously, but at the end of the day, if I stop eating food, I will lose weight.
At the end of the day, yeah, people have like tried just eating sub their daily calorie limit in like M&Ms and stuff and lost weight, just like demonstrate that yes, it is about calories in, calories out. Like you can literally eat like complete shit, but as long as you do it within your caloric limit, you will lose weight.
Well, Thunderfoot did that experiment where he just ate McDonald's every day, like one McDonald's burger every day, for whatever, and he lost weight.
Oh no! Oh no, that's a name I haven't heard in a while.
Busted.
This is 2014 Reddit atheism.
Anita Sarkeesian.
Do you reckon it's a
Solar freaking roadways.
Yeah.
I love it.
That the body positivity stuff happened during like an obesity crisis, or do you think it's just them selling stuff?
No, I think there's because I guess without bringing too much Catholic morality in here, it's easier to like say that your sin is not a sin than it is to acknowledge that you're fucking up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like.
But they have this other thing of like, oh, you can be healthy at any weight and stuff. Or like, some people point to like RuPaul's Drag Race. You get these fat queens that can do the splits and jump around and dance and prance and all this stuff. And yeah, but if you look at the people who have actually like had to leave the competition due to breaking legs or various injuries, it's either people with degenerative bone diseases or fat fuckers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's weird.
Rip fat fuckers. This show is dedicated to all the fat fuckers on RuPaul's Drag Race who had to leave early.
Anyway, there's no reason to be scared of
Your
China
bones
creating an
carry
international
you.
digital yuan. It might weaken the global dominance of the US dollar, but that's a good thing.
But that's a good thing. I wonder if the people who wrote this are like now seeing the absolute shit show. Like the U.S. economy just announced contracted, which means we literally got stagflation. And do you reckon the person who wrote this is like, maybe there is a reason to be scared of China creating an international digital yuan when the rest of the world is in complete utter shambles?
Aren't we making Bitcoin here in the UK?
Bitcoin.
It's like get announced by the Treasury, and they're also doing NFTs for some reason.
I want a Boris Johnson NFT. So like, shall we make an NFT of everyone involved in the party scandal? Like just little caricatures. You can buy your own like Gavin Newsom. You can buy your own like Rishi Sunak, Boris Johnson. Everyone who got
collect them all.
Sajid Javid. Yeah.
Like Pokemon cards.
Yeah, lockdownies. That's how we call them.
Lockdownies.
There's a fun. I've got a fun stat here somewhere about how much porn gets watched in Westminster. This is back in 2016 where they still recorded such things, but they've stopped recording it, and I think we know why.
No, because people learn to use private mode.
Yeah, basically, yeah. One of the final months of the official data for 2016 shows 32,164 attempts within the walls of Westminster, made in 30 days, roughly 1,070 a day. People trying to access porn. That's someone trying to access porn once a minute, every minute, 18 hours a day in the halls of Westminster.
This podcast is sponsored by Surfshark.
Pornhub.
VPN. You want to not know what your eyes? Do you want your eyes speed? Not know what you're browsing? Well, get yourself some NordVPN. Yeah.
I feel like if the comments is so boring that people are watching porn, though, it kind of the onus is kind of on like don't make it so boring.
Hang on, but is it just the MPs or like MPs and staff?
It's just Parliament, so I guess it's MPs and staff. So it could just be a security guy in one of those boxes.
Well, I don't know, though. Have you ever been to the House of Commons? I feel like you might have done. You might have contributed.
Yeah, it's just me, isn't it?
It's one guy, I guess, with his phone. Oh.
Well, without police, the cities are going to have millions more dollars to invest in disadvantaged communities. And the structures they build with that dollars are likely to be burned down if there is no security. There won't be police violence to protest, and nothing is stopping corporations from hiring their own security. Hey, remember in the ROBOCOP movies when corporate America aids criminals and helps incite riots so they can lower property values and buy up the city while privatising that city's police force? Haha, fiction is crazy.
Yeah, I look forward to like cyberpunk reality where corporations have got their own RoboCops and like people are like hacking ATMs and shit. You know, I do love how like in cyberpunk, everyone's got like a hacking stat, which means that like everyone, even like the boomerest of boomers, has got some kind of like coding acumen. Because you look at our world and you think, really? Are we seriously gonna get to a point where people will just be able to like hack an ATM? I highly doubt it. But
well, learning to code is an offensive, is hate speech. So how?
Maybe that's why. It's all a psyop to prevent people from gaining a hacking stat.
There were some guys that hacked ATMs back in the day though, where they just bought the manual online and then they just go to the ATMs and reset them, and it was like a scam they were doing for like 5 years, and they got hundreds of thousands of pounds.
No, I refuse to believe. It's like the guy who said that like you can get free soda from a machine if you just like press like 1, 2, 3, 4 or something. Yeah, well, like it was a complete scam.
Special coin. You can get the special coin on the dark web next to all the child porn.
It's just a coin with a string attached.
Yeah.
This stream is sponsored by Tor. Right. What do we got next?
Somebody else do some bloody reading. Can you read it?
Yeah, I can read it.
UK universities urge government to be proportionate in free speech legislation. Members of the Russell Group are concerned at extra bureaucracy and say they already work to uphold free speech. Bollocks.
So there's two things going on here. So now that free speech thing's gone through, and they're kind of like saying, hey, universities, people are allowed to say harmful stuff, but they're also bringing in the online safety bill at the same time, which basically is effectively the opposite of that. So I don't really think they know what's going on with that, where basically if someone decides that something's harmful, it's now a crime. Harm obviously being something that's no one's ever been able to sort of actually define what that is in any sort of realistic parameter. So I don't really know what I was hopeful when I saw that stuff when the university was getting pissed off, but then at the same time they've just done the opposite as well. So I don't really think it's the victory we hoped it would be.
Yeah, no, I completely with you.
No, we're done. Burn it down. Start again.
Yeah.
Well done. Tanks
Yeah.
at Harvard. That's what we want.
Minneapolis cops be like, we never learned proper firearm safety. Please don't do anything scary.
What's the name of the cop?
Kim Potter.
Yeah, that's the one. This is because someone made like Kim Potter porn or like Kim Potter hentai.
Rule 34, that shit.
Oh, you guys.
Iowa prisoners monitored after being overdosed with up to 6 times the of what? 6 times much adverse reactions after the one of those things that we can't say out loud because we'll get yeeted.
Fentanyl. Oh. We probably also get yeeted for fentanyl.
Begins with V, ends with scene, and there's an axe in there somewhere.
Getting acupuncture session.
Martinis.
77. 6 times.
Why? There was that one guy in Thailand who was doing it for other people and going to get their jab for them, and he got like jabbed like 1,000 times. So went to prison.
Yeah, I think we discussed that on an earlier podcast. Link here in the card up here in the top right corner. I mean, a lot of what happened last year was all of that stuff, so we might repeat ourselves. This isn't the Joe Rogan podcast where we have the same conversation with every single person that comes on.
Have you heard about chimpanzees? Bite your balls off.
Bite your fucking balls off, man.
They're so strong, man. They're fucking. Hey, friend, listen.
I know the world is scary right
DMT.
now, but it's gonna get way worse.
That was in 2021.
Things can
What a
only
year.
get better. Oh, he's coming up later as well.
1996.
That's a little foreshadowing.
Tony Blair.
Shh, don't speak his name.
He is coming back into politics. Have you heard? He's starting. He's launching his own party as like an alternative to Tories and Labour. You know you're fucked when Tony Blair.
The third way.
As the alternative to Tories and yeah, Tony Blair, the third way.
Well, let's hope he goes the way of Muammar Gaddafi. Gets fucking beaten to death in the streets by his own people.
That was horrendous. What they did to him.
Shoving bayonets up his ass, wasn't it?
Yeah. And then Hillary Clinton joking. We came, we saw, he died.
That was so evil. That was the only time I actually liked him.
Hillary Clinton.
Uber won't let me recall a ride without taking a picture of myself wearing a mask and sending it in.
Oh no.
Oh, should I do it in Cernovich's voice?
Yeah.
Think of how much they can sell that facial recognition data for China for. It's a no-brainer.
Wasn't that what all those apps were doing?
The like face swap and stuff.
So apparently they've now introduced technology that face apps can recognize you with a face mask on. So there's a theory that it's all been a little bit of a psyop, so that technology could advance such that they can now recognize people with masks on, such that if at any point in the future there may come a period where we might need to wear masks in order to conceal our identities for whatever reason, the government would be able to deal with that.
Yeah.
But what about mask plus aviators?
You just fucking sit. Can't stop you.
The invisible man. Mask and aviators. Where is that photo of the invisible man? Movie with Matthew Broderick.
Yeah, facial recognition. They wanted it to be ubiquitous, was the quote, by 2021 in the UK. But I thought the pandemic kind of like halted that. But if what you're saying is what you're saying, then yeah, probably. Oh yeah, looking good, Sean.
Oh, I did find a life hack, by the way. So I accidentally put my mask in my pocket with some like sweet wrappers, so these high chews, which are like really good sweets in Japan. And my mask smelt of them for the rest of the next day, and I was like, "This is amazing! So I want to get a little box and fill it with the sweet wrappers and my mask, so that I don't have to smell coffee breath."
Oh, that is so good. It's so late though.
But why did that never happen? Like flavored masks?
Yeah, what the hell? Yeah.
Well, just a fun historical fact. You know, plague doctors with their like beaky masks. They would often put these beaks were not empty. They would stuff like herbs in it. Some potentially hallucinogenic ones as well. So you could get like nice, lovely. Smell of, I don't know, sandalwood and some shit.
Microdosing.
One of these on. Basically. Although, how big these beaks were, it's probably macrodosing.
Speaking of doctors, what is conversion therapy? In practice, this means trying to stop or suppress someone from being gay or from living as a different gender to their sex recorded at birth. Those two things seem contradictory.
Yeah, I mean there is a non-insignificant movement of G's who object to T's, G's and L's who object to G's, L's, and B's, to be honest, who object to T's because they believe that T's invalidate LG's and B's. Using coded language, right?
I'm speaking to some northern guy he's actually just gay, but that he's got no cock now.
Whoa.
Yeah. And he's like, yeah, I for some reason I got led down this path, but I'm actually just gay. And I'm like,
some reason.
Yeah, yeah.
Some reason.
No agenda. There's absolutely no agenda. This podcast is sponsored by the Trans Conversion Clinic from
the Tavistock Institute.
NHS.
Yeah.
I wish.
How to beat how to beat the face recognition in 2020.
Did you see the terrible news, by the way, that James Corden's coming back to the UK?
Oh God, I thought we got rid of that twat.
I know.
Why? So my other half absolutely loves Gavin and Stacey, and I fucking hate that show. I hate that show with a passion.
It's all good except him.
Yeah.
I think it's not good at all. I don't know. I don't know. I hate cringe humor. I guess
I've never watched it because I just can't.
You don't like The Office?
I get angry.
I guess I like the American Office.
Boo.
UK Office not so much. I don't like Ricky Gervais that much. I think have you seen the Harry and Paul sketch when they're making fun of Ricky Gervais because basically all he does is go.
Oh, bit sexist, ironic, postmodern. Keep up, Stavros. Racist. Greeks loved it.
Oh, I'm gonna find that sketch, and I think that sketch is somewhat famous because some interesting person comes in right at the end of that sketch. Harry and Paul, Ricky Gervais. No.
Okay, good.
Come in, Nigel, mate. UKIP. Nigel. UKIP. Right, how's it going?
Well, a lot better than this. I mean, what is going on here? This is frankly embarrassing. What have you sunk to, Enfield? I mean, have some pride in your work. Though, to be honest, you've done nothing decent since loads of money.
Look at camera.
Carry
I
on.
reckon that online harms bill, I reckon I'm going to report anyone that posts anything about James Corden to the police. For causing me harm. Every day, over and over again.
Millionaires say they are more likely to vote for Joe Biden over Donald Trump in 2020 elections.
Yep, and then he I guess then rich Americans face Biden tax hike, but like, did it actually happen? Like
anger, denial, and grief.
Acceptance, no bargaining.
The ultra-low emission zone in London is expanding up to the north and south circular roads. But emissions aren't they a part and parcel of living in a big city?
No.
Not anymore.
Terrorism on the other hand. Oh, and it will get much worse. I actually saw a mainstream news article the other day saying that, like, maybe we should be concerned about all those weapons going to Ukraine. Maybe we are going to be elevated risk of a terrorist attack. Maybe.
I'm as far away as I can get from it, so I don't care anymore.
That is true.
China has its own weird ones, don't they? They always have someone doing something weird on the tube.
Yeah, you just reminded me, I'm incredibly close to North Korea, so maybe I've just out of the frying pan and into the fire scenario.
Can I get you? That would be the third nuclear.
Hey, at least when they send those things up, I can hook myself up some sort of sex machine to fucking jack me off as I die.
Remember when Trump just like wandered into North Korea without any bodyguards?
Yeah, that was so. They had like that photo shoot of like Trump and Kim just hanging, literally just hanging out, just two
They all
guys
went after
hanging
him. They were
out.
like, "What the fuck's he doing?" It's like...
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are the days.
Fuck Vouch, I don't want to give him any airtime, let's move on.
Yeah, cool.
Good. I agree. Oh, I spy with my little eye a photo of Bill Clinton with some in the background.
Hey, is that Eric Weinstein in the far back?
Is this when this after he did the painting of him? He's got that painting of him in
I love how like, could you do the like the CSI zoom enhance like target acquired. Oh my goodness! Holy shit! It's James on board.
Oh man,
is that Mr. Weinstein, whatever his name is?
I don't think that's Eric Weinstein, but on the right hand side, Well, we have someone who came to Bill Clinton's daughter's wedding.
Oh no!
Oh no, you lost it. Oh, there it is.
Oh man.
Yeah, would you believe it? Did you guys see that thing? Because like in the 2000s, I think it was like an MTV show where they like go to. I think it was literally like Cribs, and Jeffrey Epstein was on Cribs. Like I'm not even joking.
On
it's
Cribs,
like, and it's literally like meet, you know, like where they show like houses of rich people.
Oh, Cribs.
It's
okay.
Like, meet Jeffrey Epstein. He was a high school teacher, but then he decided to start a multi-million-dollar fund. And, like, he's rubbed elbows with some of the richest people on the planet, and it's like, wow. I'll send it to you. I'll find it. I will find it.
Tim Dillon's let himself go in that picture, hasn't he? I love Disney World, but wokeness is ruining the experience.
What was that whole thing?
I need one of you to be giggling in the background when I do those impressions, by the way. Trying not to laugh. I love Disney. What are you talking about?
I love it.
My family and I have been loyal Disney customers for decades. We vacation at Disney World every year. We take a Disney cruise every year or two.
Oh, no.
Consequently, we spend way too much money in Orlando. Unfortunately, I am strongly rethinking our commitment to Disney and thus Orlando. In the movie Tangled, Rapunzel is barefoot, yet the cast member playing the role at Disney World wears shoes. I understand the need to protect her soles, but these are ballet flats, not even a single toe visible. And there we have it. There's the rub.
How to reveal your fetishes to the entire world in the most tactful way possible. Oh my goodness. Man just wants to see some toe.
Oh, this is MICHIE and mother. Is this the girl that shot the guy in the taxi?
Yep. No. So this was the stabbing incident.
So
stabbing.
Stabbing.
Where the girl's knife was literally like a foot away from the victim, where a cop just drew a gun and shot
Oh,
her.
yes, I remember. I
And
remember.
people are like, "Oh, it's perfectly normal for teenagers to have knife fights. I don't understand why a cop got involved." Well, you've obviously been to London, eh?
Yeah, MICHIE Bryant's foster mom says fatal incident stemmed from fight over messy house. Jordan Peterson intensifies.
Yeah.
Tidy your room.
By Allah, clean your room. I will give you a taste of my shoe.
Peter Hitchens, Susan Michie's baby's pram was searched for propaganda. As it should, she is a communist, and they should be searched for propaganda. Especially when they're fucking pumping it out.
Yep. I do like how it's like a search in a communist house for communist propaganda revealed.
Hey, who the hell is this?
She is part of SAGE, and she's been trotted out as an expert She's been trotted out as an expert in regards to like all the COVID stuff, but completely negating the fact that she's like a nudge economist, kind of a behavioural psychology, absolutely no expertise in pandemics in terms of epidemiology or virology, biology, nothing. She's literally a propagandist.
She's literally a communist. Quote, paraphrase Ash Sarkar, she's literally a communist.
She's a member of the Communist Party.
This is why the Greeks had it down with that whole sortition thing. Where, is it sortition? Was that the word? And then where they had experts like actually in charge when it was important, and not just.
I think they literally just called it oligarchy, because oligarchy just means rule by the what is it? Not ruled by the many, ruled by a few.
The elites. But Tony Hawk. That is a kickflip. That doesn't work. So I'll edit that out, don't worry. Today is 5 years
I
since my
hate it.
double mastectomy. I didn't think it would hit me this hard, but it's really tough to deal with. My scars are so large and I want to crawl out of my skin.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's very very sad, and I think it's criminal what's happening with the with these people being yeah.
The worst bit is that
like-
they're completely like ostracized by their fellow trans people as well when this happens, because they've got that bit. You can't opt out. You can't get off the bus. You're not allowed to get off the bus, basically.
So in some ways you could say it's it's a little bit like Islam. Like once you're in, you're not coming.
When you're on, there's only one way off the bus.
We just like to interrupt this to just remind everyone that you cannot catch coronavirus from the COVID-19 vaccine. What's the crack now? Are they still pushing for vaccines in the UK?
Yeah, my little sister just went and got a third one for some reason.
I decided, yeah.
They've still got all the posters and stuff everywhere. I just don't think we have any money to take them down, basically. You know?
My supervisor's pretty based. He's like, nah, don't want it. mRNA doesn't want it. But that's all I'm going to say on the matter. President Biden masks up for a video, calls to discuss climate change with world leaders. He appears to be the only one wearing a mask. Like Putin right in the middle.
Shit, you can catch over.
That's when he decided. He saw Joe Biden wearing a mask. Was like, right, now's the opportunity while they're weak.
Carpe
Yeah,
diem.
yeah. Exactly.
How long, Wang?
I think that was just some kid. That was just some kid's report I had to mark when I was doing fucking reports.
Unbelievable. Wow.
Plus size autistic Suffolk ace. I generally only add people I know. Thanks. Studied physics.
Physics.
Oh, yeah. So
Many body
That's
physics.
the thing. So those are the kind of people that are going to gulag you. But then, yeah, to be blackpilled is to regard these people as unstoppable, right? Like, yeah, it's not exactly intimidating. Put it this way.
Yeah. The New York Times explains, all the foster care professionals and others who work with girls who I've spoken to have said they, as non-police officers, have been able to disarm girls with a knife engaged in a fight without shooting someone.
Bro, just shoot the knife out of their hand. I don't understand. What do you mean? What do you mean Steven Seagal movies are not real? You mean like you just gotta do that, like. Right, if someone's coming at you with a knife, just grab the knife hand, and they can't do anything. Did you not watch the bus route and hand defense, self-defense videos?
Mm-hmm.
It's easy.
It's
Just
like
grab the wrist. They can't do anything.
It's like a form of like stop hitting yourself, isn't it? This sort of nonsense. Like, obviously, it's on the person that's trying to stab someone who's in the wrong here.
Yeah, like exactly. Like I guess 10 years ago it would be completely, not controversial, or that if you're going to stab someone and a cop shoots you, that you don't exactly have much to complain about, and yet we've gone so far off the deep end that now a criminal is trying to stab someone else, gets shot by a cop, and suddenly everyone's like, well, maybe we should just let people stab one another.
Yeah, there's definitely like a third voice that should be in there, and that's the person who was almost stabbed. It's not the whole picture isn't there, is there, for that person? Yeah, it's
exactly.
VAXCON 2021 at Moscow South. Where the hell's that? This is stunningly well organised. 0 lines, thoughtful tech, competent and friendly nurses, even a literal can of apple juice. Capital A on the apple for some reason. 2021 is very, very, very much not 2020, and I'm here for it.
This is one of those
Apple
lockdownies.
is the brand. Apple juice means like the juice from batteries when you drain a battery. It's the battery acid. Apple juice.
Oh god. What were they like? Was that the problem of 2020? 2020 was that there were lines at the vaccine?
No, there was no vaccines. No lines if there's no vaccines, isn't it? But then fast forward a year. How much later is the next tweet? I haven't got the date for the first one, but back to VAXCON at Moscow South. I think I've literally worked a booth 20 feet from here. Injections are now on the show floor. That doesn't seem.
Roll up.
That doesn't seem. What's the word? Hygienic.
Oh, hang on.
Again, a smooth, efficient, well-oiled operation. So proud of San Fran and Kaiser Permanente for executing like total bosses. Vaxxed.
Alexa, how did this story end?
Oh, yes. Celebrated hacker, Dan Kaminsky. Oh, they don't like hackers, do they? Dan Kaminsky dead at 42.
Oh, 42.
There you go. I wonder what his hacking
The meaning of life.
Asses away.
How ironic.
Ripperino. Ironic. He could save everyone but himself.
Breathes in Alex Jones.
Not from a Jedi.
Honestly, just for those
Not
two tweets,
from a
happy as they
Jedi.
Who uses the word literally that much?
But also puts it in a parenthesis.
Yeah. Oh, Josh Hawley's a man of culture, I see.
What's that? Is he drinking like Pabst Blue Ribbon or something?
No, it's Monster Ultra. Monster
Oh.
Energy Ultra. 0 calories, all the cake you need. Light blue colored. So
The
good.
devil's drink.
I love it. I am literally that guy.
They have, in Japan, they have these little, they're about this big. So what's that? 4 or 5 inches tall, 4 inches tall, like little tiny bottles of energy drinks. And they're amazing for like hangovers, or if you're on a night out and you need a second wind. Like you just drink it in one shot, and it's like it just revitalizes you. It's amazing, really good stuff. No, I don't. I threw them away.
Oh.
Next time.
Nah.
Oscars viewership through the years: 2014, 43.7 million; 2021, 9.8 million. What's it
Well,
post that?
2022.
What was it in 2022?
Spike.
Sponsored by Pfizer, that one.
Sponsored by Pfizer. Pfizer by HENTAI.
Yeah, because they got that. They got that alopecia med. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever I tell people that, I love it. I love it because it just plants the seed in their head. They're just a bit like, "Oh, wait, what?"
you gotta be with like, isn't it interesting? Isn't it interesting? I think it's quite interesting how Oscars are sponsored by Pfizer. Pfizer's releasing an alopecia drug in the coming months.
And the biggest
That's
story of the Oscars featured someone insulting an alopecia woman. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are the odds?
That's interesting. What are the odds? Yeah. Curious. Getting curiouser and curious.
Is there something like called beige pilling where you slowly say something but you put no spin on it and just let it do its thing?
Colorless pilling.
What?
I don't know. Yeah, beige, like grey pill. I don't know.
No, it's still red pill, but like you're putting them on their bedside table and they take it themselves.
Leave them in the room a bit.
Yeah, exactly. Debate.
It's like the marshmallow test.
Take it.
I could give you one red pill now, or if you wait 10 minutes, I'll come back and give you 2 red pills. Oh no, if I leave you in the room with a red pill, or I give you a blue pill when I come back. Most people would take the red pill, I guess.
Yeah. Red for danger.
Diabetics get COVID and die 2 weeks later. Death by COVID. Diabetic gets the vaccine and dies 2 weeks later. It's a conspiracy theory to even ask if there's a connection.
Yeah.
How would you rule 34 that? Because it's got the pink border, so that's the 34th.
Well, I mean, if I remember correctly, Senovich did have a blog post back from his days when he was a pickup artist about how he 69'd a ladyboy in Thailand. So I guess there's that.
So he's the insulin. He's giving an insulin shot whilst receiving a vaccine.
Who, him or the ladyboy?
Well, it doesn't matter. They can take either one. Can take either role. Like, who's the diabetic and who's the?
Well, there's a lot of this sort of stuff, isn't it? Now, but they just stop recording any of it, obviously, because it don't look too good.
Well, so millennials have the highest excess mortality for some unknown reason than other groups, and well, no one knows why.
Isn't it because we killed all the old people in the past 2 years, though? Just a bit of a delay on the younger people.
Maybe.
Lockdowns are killing the younger people.
God, yeah, they think that might be what causing those kids to have hepatitis is the fact they just haven't been outside and exposed to any sort of other illnesses. It's one of the theories going around anyway. Which is something like people were saying right during lockdown was like we're all going to get really sick because we haven't got any immunity to anything.
I just realised the Zodiac killer is in the back of that top left meme.
Oh dear. I spy with my little eye.
He managed to turn that around, didn't he? He was like the Ed Miliband of politics over there, and now he's a proper boss.
I don't know. He kind of oscillates between cringe and kind of funny,
that's the thing. Like,
which leads me to believe that when he is funny, it's accidental.
Well, yeah, that he incidentally stumbles upon some solid takes, and then
he's the MacGuffin of the right.
Yeah.
I mean, that bottom left one, states gaining seats in reapportionment, it's basically right-wing states getting them, and basically showing that blue states are losing people to the red states.
Montana, wow, Montana.
I do find it funny how like Republicans are so scared of immigration that even like other Americans moving from other states makes them lose their minds.
Easy. Building a wall around California is probably more important than the security of the US than building a wall around Mexico.
North FC, innit?
North FC there. Yeah, can't be it.
Right.
He who shall not be named, the Dark Lord.
I got told off as a kid when I was about 6. My granddad was dying. I was in the hospital, and I thought I was doing that sound. I thought I was doing the Star Wars one, but I was going dun 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 dun.
I mean,
on the ward where everyone was.
I mean, either's bad. I mean, I feel like if you got it right, you'd have been told off. Was he on a ventilator? I am your grandfather. No!
Wales are now vaccinating those people. You know, that would be something I'll go queue up for.
Yeah, I just missed that slightly. From I'm not being 30 at the time and also not being in Wales, so.
And also not being a whale.
Social distancing being pseudoscience was branded a conspiracy theory by the COVIDIANS, so here's a peer-reviewed conspiracy theory confirming that conspiracy theory was correct. To conspiracy deniers everywhere, you're welcome. There's zero evidence for the transmission of viruses, never mind social distancing.
I love it. This is the kind of epistemology I strive to. You know, like that. Did you know there are still people who believe that like AIDS doesn't exist, and it's all just a meme, like that AIDS is a psyop. And it's like, wow, you gotta be in awe of the kind of epistemology someone attains, where they just like offhand say, "Oh yeah, I don't believe AIDS is real."
But didn't Matthew McConaughey win an Oscar
Earth
for
is
it?
flat. But Dallas Buyers Club.
Yeah.
Is that the one?
Yeah, didn't he win an Oscar? Yeah. That proves it's real.
Yeah, well, that movie actually shits on Dr. Fauci quite nicely, because he was the one who was basically throwing all the logs in the way of people getting the treatments. Hence why giving rise to all these bias clubs.
How's he throwing anything? Isn't he like 3'5" or something?
That's Robert Reich.
Yeah, he won't be No, Fauci is like 4'9" or something. He will not be dunking on anyone anytime soon.
He's like a proper Bond villain, then, isn't he? Being that tall. But
his reign in the CDC, like as an unelected member of someone who's pretty high up in one of the most powerful countries of the world, rivals the length that Fidel Castro. I think Fidel Castro is one of the only people that had a longer reign in such a high position of power.
What the fuck?
No way.
Yeah, so he was in 1984 was when he was appointed. So that's 38 years. And I think Fidel Castro's reign was something like, was in the 40-something years.
That Belarusian guy's on like 30, isn't he? So yeah, he's not there yet. He's
Lukashenko, yeah.
So yeah, I think he's the longest living dictator, essentially.
Yeah, Putin's barely like 16 years in power, isn't he? That's incredible.
The brightest candles burn the fastest, or whatever.
We already know that vaccines save lives, and this study is the most comprehensive real-world data showing they also cut transmission of this deadly virus. Don't know why that's there. It's just fucking twat WANCOCK.
I loved it when he tried to do that sort of like comeback video where he's just like wandering around the town like, "Oh yeah, you're right," and they were like, "Oh, how you doing, Matt?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm all right. It's been hard. It's vintage Partridge, basically. Him just wandering around the town like buying a burger and stuff like that. Like,
I've bounced back.
No, yeah, that is
back. They're like, "You worked really hard. Thank you." He's like, "Oh, thanks. It means a lot." It's like, "Oh, you complete toss." Ratings to whoever just leaked him just cheating on his missus, though. That was quite funny.
Who?
Whoever did that.
Oh.
I don't know who leaked that video, but ratings to them for doing it.
But the fact that we don't know who's leaked it yet kind of tells me that it was supposed to be leaked.
I think it was like Boris or something.
Why is no one coming forward? Like, there's been that absolute G that's done that.
Yeah, I would be like, yeah, that was me. I might just say that, actually. Get on the news.
I am the leaker.
I'm also the head of the Taiwan embassy.
Yeah. I got another phone call for that the other day. And the guy was like, proper like, "Oh, I need to speak to the embassy. Is that you guys?" And I was like, "Oh, okay, this sounds really serious." I was like, "Oh, dude, no, sorry, that's kind of a joke." He's like, "You what?" I was like, "Yeah, sorry, this is like, it's not really the embassy. I can give you the real number." He's like, "Please, I really need it." I'm like, "All right, cool, dude." And I gave him the real number. I was like, "Oh god, this is getting out of hand."
Like, get like the last boat out of like the last helicopter out of Vietnam or something.
Oh god, yeah, when China invades,
like,
that phone's gonna be ringing all day, isn't it?
Poor Ukrainian trying to get asylum in Taiwan or something. He's just fucking with him.
I can't ever change it. I've locked myself in. I've like, what's that thing that people do on YouTube where they're playing games and they like break Pokemon, so they have to. There's no way to.
Soft locking.
You soft lock.
I've soft locked myself there because I set up the embassy of Taiwan with an old work email that no longer exists, and it has my phone number on the page, so I can't actually access the Google account at all because it doesn't exist anymore. So now it's just up there permanently. I don't know how I'm gonna. Don't know how to work it out.
Oh dear.
Ed Balls. What a classic. That is such a classic.
So yeah, it was the 10-year anniversary of Ed Balls tweeting Ed Balls.
Banger. So yeah, it's actually that was the 11th anniversary of Ed Balls tweeting Ed Balls.
No, 10.
Yeah, but this year.
Oh, yeah. A couple of days ago. And I'm 420.
This year.
Oh, Tim Farron. Today, in Parliament, I introduced a bill that would create a new independent environmental regulator which would have the power to force the government to meet its environmental and climate targets and protect Britain's world-class food and farming standards in future trade deals.
No. Why? Another like, yeah, sure. But just give me another 10 quangos, please.
What is wrong with these people who think adding inefficiencies makes things more efficient?
Yeah, let's just add another regulator. Unaccountable to anyone. Yeah, powers to force the government. Okay, sure. Can we vote for these people? No.
I think we should just rule...
What if... I think Boris should take him up on that offer and just staff that office with, like, his cronies, so that even if he gets voted out, his cronies will just like, nope, we have, as you said, the power to force the government. So we're just gonna fuck you over, whoever's in charge afterwards.
Now he's on about like forcing the water companies to stop doing X, Y, and Z. It's like, why are the Liberal Democrats so all they talk about is forcing people to do X, Y, and Z?
yeah, the name isn't really reflective.
Yeah, like the Holy Roman Empire, neither holy nor
the People's
Roman,
Republic of Korea.
Yeah, the Democratic People's Republic of North Korea.
North Korea, yeah.
Condom sales up as countries ease lockdowns. It turns out that social distancing was an effective contraceptive in itself. Isn't that classically called abstinence? They can't use the word abstinence there, can they?
Nope. Because it's bad for.
It was like September or something where it said the government like just came out and said, oh yeah, it's okay to have sex again now. It's just like, who the hell wasn't having sex?
Well, people who actually bought this whole thing, right?
Married people.
People who like genuinely stayed home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine what it must have been like to like be like, I don't know, like just completely single, and then you're told that you actually have to stay home, like you don't have housemates and stuff like that. You'd probably go nuts. No, I don't know.
I had housemates and we went nuts anyway. So. Speaking of nuts, I know this isn't where piss is, but I need to piss, so I'll let you guys carry on while I go quickly release my balls.
Right, let's finish.
My head balls.
Right, I'm going to do the annoying...
It's time to seriously ask the question, is Nick Fuentes the Rosa Parks of the 21st century?
Mainstream meteor. So this is with regards to Nick Fuentes being flight banned. So Nick Fuentes has been put on a no-fly list. So whenever he tries to board a plane, just tell him, sorry, you can't. Like, but you know, like not officially, but kind of like, yeah, sorry, like we're just gonna hold you in like a detention place until the plane takes off, and then whoops, you missed your flight. You know, it's like a really scummy thing that they do, that the US government does.
Just annoying.
The powers that be. Yeah, so he's officially on a no-fly list.
But why though?
And
how could they just do that to anyone?
Yep. Yeah, I mean, in the past it used to be done to like potential terrorists, and everyone was very happy about it, obviously. But now it's just being done to political dissidents.
The hangover of all these things, they just go on forever, don't they? They just stretch into infinity. Like they don't go away any of these. They just expand their powers, and like that. Like you can detain someone in the UK now without charging them for donkeys just because of those terror laws from like 2005 or whatever. Yep.
Next we got someone replying to Associated Press. I fucking hate this. This is such a slippery slope. People doing whatever they want. And how do I know who's vaccinated? We already have many people lying with fake vaccination cards. We can't do one thing right with this fucking thing. Because I'm just never leaving the house. There you go. Was that enough of a petulant child tone?
They're still there.
I think the what he's replying to was some kind of a headline about like our mandates going too far or something. Like if we if we enact vaccine mandates, what's next?
Oh God.
How dare people lie with fake vaccination cards? How dare people not want to put something inside of their own body?
How dare people lie about working at Tesco to get a vaccine before everybody else?
Yeah, I was just thinking about what I did. Yeah.
Can't believe it.
That's one for the fans who've been keeping up with the podcast.
Why didn't you say that you work at the embassy of Taiwan? I think that.
Oh, this is pre.
It's like
I
have an emergency. I really badly need the vaccine. And like, where'd you work? I work at the embassy of Taiwan, and we just had someone come in from the region or something like that. Like that would be plausible. Do you know what I mean? Because like, oh, okay, the embassy of Taiwan. Taiwan borders with China, etc., etc.
Yeah. I had to really fight for it. It was quite weird.
Amazing.
Did you cover the PJW?
Yeah, we did.
Did you do it in his voice though?
Reply list.
It's time to seriously ask the question: is Nick Fuentes the Rosa Parks of the 21st century?
That's good. That's really.
Infowars.com.
That's good.
Mate, they're all fucking. They're all closet f***its. So these guys, like Paul Joseph Watson, like he's a closet. Nick Fuentes, closet. They're all closeted. Like, why has he got lip fillers, man? Why has he got a facelift?
Yeah.
That's my view.
I reckon you've been proven right there.
We've got 2 left. A
majority of UK students back a compulsory test on understanding sexual consent at the start of university, a survey suggests.
You mean a majority of UK students that were surveyed, and the people who are willing to spend time collecting a survey are people who want printer credits, and people who want printer credits are fucking losers, so we should not listen to these people.
Yeah, just because a survey says something doesn't mean you should do it.
Our survey says...
0.
Compulsory test on understanding sexual consent.
Oh, here's it. We've got another poll next to it as well. Very positive reaction to first speech to Congress. Biden 51%, Trump 57%, Obama 68%, Bush 66%.
No one hitting that 69.
I love the ideological self-segregation. At some point, it's just going to be, whoever's in charge, the other party's going to boo and hiss at the State of the Union, and I'm here for it. I'm going to love it.
Yeah, they're halfway there. Just got to boo everybody.
Do it.
Biden's first 100 days, did he keep his campaign promises? Promises kept. Americans received all 1,400 they were always promised.
Oh, that's the onion. Yeah, I was going to say.
But when they originally promised 2,500, or when they're getting something like that under Trump.
Yeah, and then they said, well, since you've already received 1,100, you're only going to get 1,400 now, or some shit like that.
It's like, now I've won the election, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, that was the fastest broken, I think, promised by president.
Yeah,
3 months is all it took.
The right to bear memes.
Rip.
We have to more than just build back better. We have to build back better. we have to more than just build back better. We have to build back better, man. I got hair legs.
Come on,
man.
Grows the economy.
Guess what? Gross economy.
Inflation is good. Right. Senator Joni Ernst, freshly elected, Republican Iowa. Based. What a poster! My goodness.
Liberal fancy.
I wonder what happens to these posters after they get presented in Congress. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you reckon you could buy like when Netanyahu went in front of Congress and showed that poster of like a bomb, like how close is Iran to a nuclear weapon? And it's like 90%, and it's just a bomb. Do you reckon that like ended up somewhere? Like, is it possible to buy it? I would love that. I would love to be able to like take it around the house and be like, and this is the famous bomb poster that Netanyahu used to justify an intervention in Iran.
Oh, I'd be so up for buying something like that. Yeah, come on.
Like, I want this liberal fantasy island poster by LeBron's as well. Give me that.
Is that an actual poster?
Yeah. But it's also printed on cardboard, so that you can just move it. It doesn't flop.
Dude, I'm going to steal your idea. I don't know if you want in on it, but I'm going to start contacting governments and saying, can we have that stuff and you can get a percentage of the cut or something?
What idea are you talking about?
Well, those posters. Posters that change the world.
That poster.
I see.
Me that poster by Journey Ernst. I will very, yeah. I want that. Abolish lasagna. No,
I'm getting abolish lasagna on a t-shirt.
Just with a really grumpy.
Like a very, very sad Garfield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sex blimps.
Do you know what this is? Can you guess what this is?
Average. Aged people get married.
No.
On that. Do I remember what this is?
Oh, do you remember?
Do I remember? It's not dick length, is it? No, it's South Africa.
No.
130. Well, now we know Elon's secret.
Futa.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I don't know. Is it representation in government or something?
No.
I actually forgot what this is.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What was this? Average 10.6 in South Africa. Is it like murders per day?
No.
Wives?
Yeah,
look at all the...
why would Belgium be so represented?
Oh, Ukraine's on there pretty high.
Guns.
Where's the UK? I can't even see where the UK is. We should be above average, I think. It's not on that scale, I don't think.
Is it guns?
No.
It's not like murder rate.
No. It is pretty bad, though. It's like the one below murder.
Oh, rape.
Oh.
But like reports of... Hang on, I think someone's knocking on my door.
I think someone's at the door, but I don't think I'm on that slide, so... While it's saying freeze.
Yeah, so it's rates of rapes reported. What a thing to come into. But yeah, Egypt's number one. No one reports rape in Egypt. Because no one gets raped in Egypt.
The promised land.
Exactly.
Nice.
And Africa reports lots of rape. And everyone gets raped there, apparently. How is it so much bigger? It's like an order of magnitude larger than everywhere else in the world.
I guess.
Apparently Johannesburg is like a grape capital of the world.
Well, that brings on to this tweet. Please bring toxic masculinity back, because why I show up to a date and me and him was wearing the same shirt. Who looked better? He ate me up. I had to wear my jacket.
The man shows up in the same shirt and eats ass like a pro.
Romance ain't dead.
Menthol cig ban. I can't believe I voted for this clown. Goodbye, Rellos.
Yeah, like they're vastly more smoked by black women than like any other demographic, and he just did them dirty. That was one of his first.
Oh,
things.
Really?
Yeah. That's like a proper it's a black person thing, those cigarettes, and he just did them dirty as soon as he came in. I started writing an article about it, and I was like, I don't actually care.
The FDA is taking steps to ban menthol-flavoured tobacco products in a move praised by public health and civil rights groups, citing evidence that the products are more addictive than unflavoured tobacco and marketed aggressively towards black consumers. What do you think? I guess that covers what you just said. That proves it. The Onion article proves what you just said.
Yeah, it does, yeah. Good, the flavouring menthol cigarettes is so strong you can hardly taste the ammonia.
Those are the tweets of theirs stuff, which will get us immediately yeeted from YouTube for questioning anything to do with, those things that we can't say because we'll get yeeted.
Safe and effective.
If you fail, how will you get a good paying job? Next on the agenda, how to fix our failing schools. Pay us more money.
I was going to say, yeah, the acupuncture works about as good as the public school system.
What, really well?
And that's all I'm going to say. Yes, exactly. No one's ever been killed at a public school. Right?
That's it, we did it.
We did it.
April 2021.
Can we edit out the bit where we
Bit where I say your name.
Yep. That out.
Where I say your full name and address.
Not me.
You just say that at the end of every podcast.
Use the Shaggy defense. Wasn't me.
Right, nice one, guys. I gotta go because my mate's here now.
Yeah, cool.
Peace.
Have a good day, and
have a good day.
I hope your hangovers dissipate.
Yeah, that actually worked pretty well.
Yeah,
I like that. Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it Saturday morning every week then.
Could do.
Nah, we don't have to do that. I'm happy getting up at 5 a.m. to do this shit.